So it's not advised. This is something else that I do not follow. Ain't nobody out here seeing my back. Patchy and scaly. It wasn't just the color guard that was darker. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics ever, which is self-tanning. I gave up tanning outside in the sun probably like 3 years ago just because of how bad it is for your skin. So when Loving Tan came out with a new platinum tanner, I knew that I had to give it a try and let you guys know my thoughts about it. So not only in today's video are we going to be trying out the platinum tanner, but we are going to put it neck to neck against the Deluxe Bronzing Mousse and everybody's favorite, Ultra Dark. I personally have been using this tanner for about 2+ years. I've tried to stray away from it sometimes just to kind of see what else is out there in the market, but I keep coming back to it because I cannot find a tanner that is this dark and that fades as nicely without getting kind of like patchy and scaly. And like I said, this is just so dark, I cannot find anything else like it. So today we're going to be getting down all the way into the nitty-gritty. We're going to be talking about price, color, size, and shade. So if you guys are interested, just keep watching. Okay, so everybody knows that Loving Tan is known for their mousses and, like I said, the deep dark color in the olivey natural undertone. I really want to test out to see if platinum is really that much darker than the ultra dark. On their website it says, and I quote, I'll put a little snippet down here of what it says, but it basically says that the only difference is the depth in the color. So today we are literally going to be testing out the platinum on the left side of my body and the ultra dark on the right side of my body. Same amount of product, same amount of time to kind of let it set in and develop, and then wash it off and see what we are left with if one side is really that much noticeably darker than the other side. So before we get started, let's get into some of the details. The platinum is 3.3 fluid ounces and the ultra dark is 4 fluid ounces. They both retail for $40 and are both good for about 5+ applications. Now that makes me a little sad. I'm kind of a little heartbroken that the platinum is 3.3 ounces and not the full 4, but they do offer a larger size in the platinum. So not only do they have 3.3, they also offer a 6.7 fluid ounce, and that is for $64.95. So if you do tan religiously every single week like I do, you can just get the bigger bottle so that it'll last longer. And then their website claims that platinum is the darkest shade, so I would kind of just base that off of the ultra dark being the second to darkest, because this was the darkest shade that they offered for so long, and they are both marketed towards experienced tanners. I personally think that anybody can use these if you want to. You just really have to be careful during the application to make sure when you are applying that it's just an even coat and you're getting every little bit of your body and you don't kind of make it streaky yourself, because if you apply these appropriately, you will not get streaks. You will not get splotches. It'll look very nice and natural, so you kind of just have to be mindful of that. Okay, and where can you guys get these tanners? They are both available on Ulta.com. They're both available in Ulta stores and on the Loving Tan website. I personally like to order from the Loving Tan website because they always seem to, I don't know if they market it this way, but they always seem to ship next day via USPS priority mail. So you get these tanners within like 3 business days max, and typically they have codes where you can get a free mitt or a free gradual tanner also with each purchase. So not only do you get it fast, but you get something free usually also. So that is my personal favorite way to buy this product. Okay, so now on to kind of the application directions, instructions. So the website states that you should let this sit on your body for 6 hours before you wash it off. I personally cannot put this on in the morning and then go throughout my whole day without washing my hands, doing the dishes, cleaning, or something like that. So it's not advised to wear at night when you're sleeping, but that's personally what I do. Do whatever works best for you. But I typically will put this on at around 6 or 7 o'clock at night and then wash it off the next morning after I work out at approximately 9 o'clock a.m. And then after I tan, I always put on loose clothing after, because there's nothing worse than having like high-waisted sweatpants with a drawstring that's just kind of putting like a line across your body. Like, that's not cute. So I always make sure that I'm wearing low-rise sweatpants that are very loose and a loose sweatshirt also. I've never ever had issues with Loving Tan staining my sheets or staining my clothes or even my tub for that matter. Like sometimes is there some tanner on my sheets? Yes, but when I go to do laundry, it comes right out 100%. And same thing with my shower. Like you see the color guard coming off in the shower, but it immediately washes right off your tub. Another thing that is recommended when using their products is to moisturize your knees and your ankles and your elbows and stuff like that, just so that the color doesn't kind of get splotchy and build up there. This is something else that I do not follow personally. I typically shower about 2 hours before I tan. I don't do it the day before, and when I get out of the shower, I apply zero moisturizer. The only place that I apply it is on my neck and on my face because that area of my body tends to get very, very dry. But I've never had any issues with it looking weird on my knees or my ankles or my elbows or anything like that, and I've never used moisturizer there. So I would kind of just recommend do what works best for you and your level of comfort when applying a self-tanner. And then while I am in the shower, I use the Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub, and I use this mostly kind of on my shins and my knees and stuff like that because that's where my tan typically clings to. And then this is just in the flavor vitamin C. You can use any one you want. And then also while I'm in the shower, I use this little loofah sponge to wash off my whole body. So I can use this kind of rougher side to kind of help get off any excess deodorant, stuff like that. And then this side just with normal body wash in the shower to kind of just cleanse my whole entire body. Because you really just want to be clean and make sure everything's off before you're applying the self-tanner. And then a little tip, when I get out of the shower, I like to apply the Jergens Natural Glow Wet Skin Moisturizer, and I get it in the medium to deep skin tone. I have found that this helps your tan fade so well throughout the week. It just makes your skin stay one tone the entire week. This would be awesome for vacation or an event or something like that. If you're going to somebody's wedding, like this just makes you look so glowy, and it just really sets in that tan and makes it just last so much longer. And then for actual tanning, you just have to use any sort of mitt. I got this one off of Amazon for $7, and for this video I wanted to kind of get a fresh new mitt so that you guys can kind of see the actual application process. And then when you guys are applying the color guard on the tanner is really nice. You can see exactly where you're putting it. It makes it hard to miss any spots at all because you can see exactly where you're applying. Okay, so now let's get into the application process. And in this video, I tanned the left side with the new Platinum Mousse, and then I did the Ultra Dark on my right side, and I did the same exact amount of pumps on both sides of my body. So I typically always do 2 pumps on my calves, I do 3 pumps on my thighs, usually 2 pumps on my stomach, 1 on my chest, and 2 on each arm, and then whatever is left over from that, I am rubbing on my feet and on my face. I typically only tan my back in the summer months just because ain't nobody out here seeing my back. So I'm not gonna waste the product if I don't need to. And then while I'm tanning, I kind of follow that process that I just described. I start at my calves, go to my thighs, then my stomach, and then my arms, because I don't want to be bending over doing my legs after I just did my stomach and then get like weird crease marks. I kind of bend the most at first just so that I can be like at the end like a little stick figure and not mess it up. I'm not getting my arm on my stomach and kind of rubbing it and messing it up. Like it looks perfect every time that I do this. And then one really interesting thing that I wanted to mention is when I was pumping out the Platinum, to me, it personally did look noticeably darker than the Ultra Dark. And what I really wanted to test out today was to make sure that it wasn't just the color guard that was darker. I wanted to make sure that the end result, the final tan, at the end of the day, I wanted to make sure that was darker than the Ultra Dark because you're getting less product for the same price. I really wanted to see if that was true because I feel like it would be so easy to just make the color guard darker and then when you wash it off, it's the same. So I really wanted to see for myself if that was the case. So in the clips that I will overlay here, I'm showing you guys both the application of both tanners in my bathroom at night, what it usually looks like to me. I'm using only one side of the mitt for Ultra Dark and one side of the mitt for Platinum so that they're not mixing at all, and the same amount of pumps for each part of my body like I stated. And then after I was all done, I put on my loose clothes, and then I went to sleep, and then the next day I showed you guys what the tan looked like after it was developed after about 10 hours once I woke up. And I showed you guys in natural lighting and studio lighting just so that you could kind of see, if it was hard to tell in one of the clips, what it overall did look like. And then after I showered, I showed you guys again what the tan looked like at its final end state, the final tan result, so that you could see for yourself if the platinum was actually darker than the ultra dark. So my overall opinions, I have to say at first, I thought that they looked pretty much the same at the end. I couldn't really notice that much of a difference, but then when I went to the window to the natural lighting and I looked at the camera clips that I had gotten, I could visibly see the left side using the platinum was darker, which was honestly kind of a shock to me. Like, I thought just the color guard was going to end up being darker, but the end result was. So I thought that was pretty good. So in my opinion, if you really do love a nice, deep, natural sun-kissed glow, then I would go with the platinum, even though you get a little bit less product for your money if you're into tanning, stuff like that. I think for the average person, if you just like a dark tan and you're not too serious about it, stick with the ultra dark. This works beautifully. Again, the application, the smell, nothing is different. Literally only the end result of the dark, deep tone at the end is the only difference. Like, everything else is literally exactly the same. So if you want to splurge, it's literally just 0.0 fluid ounces difference. I would get the platinum. If you're just a normal tanner who does this every week for fun, stick with the ultra dark. They're both beautiful. They both make you look like a tan goddess, and they both got the job done. So I'm curious to see what your guys' thoughts are on the new tanner. I looked on YouTube and I couldn't really see any reviews, and this came out about 5 days ago when I'm filming this. So if you guys have tried it, let me know in the comments down below and what you thought of it, and if you liked it and if you noticed a difference or anything like that. I'm curious to hear everybody's thoughts, and make sure that you subscribe and leave any other video recommendations that you guys have for me down below. Do you want to see like more reviews, two things against each other? What kind of videos you guys want to see from me? But yes, like I said, leave them in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!